That's the nature of the bubble. There's always a bigger fish.
Bad things happen around me.
Neither of you are dying.
The last thing I say to Lux is, this is, I'm here to do something good.
Somebody recognized me.
Who the fuck are you?
My name's Lance a Little, and you're dead.
One job. One.
Have you ever wanted to see the corpse of a dead god?
Don't sell your soul to that cat.
Do you think they're trying to kill me?
Obviously, I'm fine.
Come and catch the magic. We open on a familiar black hole. Shar's Eye, Kaz's Fall, Stealer of Destiny, the Kinkro Well. The singularity at the center of Respite goes by many terms to many people. What was once the source of tragedy and desperation has become a source of light and enterprise for the population of Respite. As we watch, the accretion disk or edge of the black hole briefly highlights the silhouette of a ship emerging from the center. Clad in black Kinkro, the ramshackle vessel travels at an in a direct line towards the Founder's Ward. As it approaches, an illusory cloak drops on an unknown vessel of sleek make, its intentions being made known as its weapons open fire on the returning ship. They're slow to respond with defensive maneuvering, the pilot caught unaware by the ambush. It's a perilous situation, with the Kinkro miners seemingly defenseless as they struggle to avoid the blast. Suddenly, swooping out of the void, a new figure is silhouetted by the black hole. A woman in a duster and cowboy hat, pistols wielded in both hands, astride an absolutely massive space shark. They enter the brawl, guns blazing, moving to intercept the sleek vessel as we fade out. Hello, Guilders, and welcome into Tales of the Riot Nexus. No rest and respite. I'm Timber the Wizard. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm your humble game master on this fine spacefaring journey that we're finding ourselves in. We're going to be diving right into it, but before we do so, we're going to go around and have our players introduce our characters. Domino, why don't you start us off?
Hello, hello, hello. It is I, Domino RBG. My pronouns are he, they, and tonight I will be playing Cal, whose pronouns are also he, they. Just a little mystic with a gun.
Fantastic. Next, we have Reichku.
I am Reichku. My pronouns are she, her. I play Lux, also she, her, a tiny, angry little death rogue.
Fantastic. Excellent. And next, we have Galaxy.
Hi, I'm GalaxyBot, or Galaxy. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Kite in the Wind, a very anxious tabaxi. His pronouns are he, they, and he's just a little wizard.
Just a little wizard, just a little guy. Little cat guy. Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, we have Werewolf.
Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Werewolf BF. Tonight, I am playing my sweet, sweet boy, Lance a Little, who is a cloud giant who does not know what he's doing with his life. Hello, welcome. And yeah, my pronouns are they, them. Lance's are he, him.
Fantastic. Excellent. Yeah. So where we join the party, we pick up right where we last left them, which was just at the end of the last season finale. Go and check it out if you haven't. The party had just managed to reclaim Cal's friendly familiar, if you can color that something as minimal as that, before returning, getting back on the Nimbus and returning on a return course to Respite, with a also seemingly a new piece of Helm in tow as well. As they, after taking a little bit of a break to mend their wounds after the pitched brawl, they decided to attempt to interface that new piece of Helm with its main body, and upon doing so, there was a psionic backlash that occurred. which seemingly shunted them into the psychic realm, as Cal knows it regularly. There they met a very mysterious and shadowy entity who only described, who called themselves Mr. Void, and they did battle with their with doppelgangers that he summoned, made out of the same dark substance that he seemingly was made out of. It was a pretty intense fight with a couple of close calls, but the party was able to make it out after defeating their doppelgangers before awaking back on the deck of the ship. And that's where we joined the party. So we open on the Riot Nexus as they are gathering around Helm, and Helm is describing the new piece that has been added on. Helm chimes in and says, "This transfer device, it seems like it will allow your abilities to, for lack of a better term, become my abilities. It will allow you to channel through me and make whatever happen with the ship."
Oh,
Wow. That's
Very useful.
huge.
Indeed, it's most curious. It appears, though, that this piece is broken or incomplete as well. It does not seem like this is the device's primary function.
There's another function to it.
It almost seems like this is... Home pauses as they are like looking for the right word. A collector?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Is it something we should have, given what installing that thing just did to all of us?
That was what I was just thinking.
Again, I would like to apologize for that. I had no idea that was what would occur. And again,
Well,
I do not know what happened when the darkness came.
That's not your fault,
Mm-mm.
Helm. We're not blaming you. Don't worry.
yeah. Don't even worry about that, Home.
If anything, I'm concerned for you. And what this could do. Can Kite start like sniffing around it and seeing if he can like ascertain any additional information about what the other function might be?
Sure, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Look, first roll of the night. Woo!
Hey,
Oh. Great.
Sounds like a good one.
15 total.
Okay, not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not
It's
bad.
bad for Kite.
You're scared,
Oh my gosh.
His Arcana is +8.
Mr. B+.
Oh my-
I failed.
I mean, listen, my initiative is a +8. It's whatever. It's fine.
It's Kite's.
Exactly. And one of us rolls like shit for initiative.
Yeah.
With the 15, it's a little tricky to say. I think the pieces are pretty heavily like shorn off. Like whatever happened to cause the breakage was clearly traumatic and high force, because what like the break lines that you're seeing on like the edges of the piece clearly are like high impact in nature. But because of that, it does make it a lot trickier to tell which like what this might have been connected to. But you do definitely get the sense that whatever other piece it was definitely Chronolorian tech as well.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Kite like pulls back from like taking a closer look. He's just like, well, that wasn't helpful. I don't know enough about this to say any more on it, but I could see if I can maybe do a little bit of research, see if I can find... I don't even know where to find information about Chronolorians, though, so I might have to start there.
Yeah.
Helm, it doesn't feel bad, right?
No, it is most curious. It is almost as if a new sensation has come online.
I just don't want it to hurt you later.
Yeah.
Can you describe the sensation that you're feeling?
Yeah.
It is almost a receptiveness. It's interesting, almost a malleability, if you will.
I don't like the words you're choosing to describe this, but I think I'm gonna tell myself that I am overthinking it.
Yeah, listen. And I'll go over to the thing, and I'm like, malleability is a funny word, and I just am gonna go into a rage and get bigger, and maybe try and channel that in and see if something happens.
Oh,
Damn.
Incredible. As you go and into this state of anger increasing in mass and size, you channel into this funnily shaped device, gripping it with both hands. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Do we consider this an effect that I could see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated?
Definitely, yeah.
buddy.
So, let's see. Give me a second. Let me see if I can do something.
Blood.
Well, that's a 13. Yeah.
You grip on to the sides of this. It's almost like a little bit like a platform that has kind of like risen up out of Helm, but it almost is like it funnels kind of downward into like the circuitry of the decks underneath. And as you enter into this rage state, your body expanding, there's almost like this pull of energy that emanates from you, from the tip of your brow and down, like flowing out into this very large funnel or cup, if you will. And as it flows out, you can both feel and sense the ship begin to buckle and shape. And as this happens, and as this anger flows from you into the ship, you can feel it increase in size. And go ahead and post what your rage does.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Features and traits. Okay, so here's my basic rage. And then I have Giant's Havoc as well.
Excellent. So yeah, you see that the ship, it functionally doubles in size. Like you go from the vessel goes from being kind of this smaller kind of sailing ship to just below like a galleon sized vessel. It becomes quite a bit larger as it doubles in size in all directions. And you suddenly find yourselves in this kind of almost like large stateroom style, like command deck of the ship, and you see like there are tons of panels and different consoles, but all of them are defunct. Like they are just the shells that exist there. There is no like monitors or components actually inside of them. It just seems to be like a Starlight like shell that has kind of pushed outward from it in a similar way when the ship was built. And you hear like a large like booming voice like cry down to you from like it's almost feels like it should be mental, but like, and it has like the timbre of Helm's communication. But you hear the voice say, Warship Stormy Days reporting for duty.
OMG!
Oh,
Oh,
did,
stormy days.
did you alter Helm's personality by doing
I-
that?
I think it'll stop if I take my hands off.
As you remove your hands, there is like a tense few moments where this like created structure continues to remain for about another minute or so as you are standing there. But as the time passes, it slowly crumples inward with like chunk, 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 and it crinkles down into its original shape back into the nimbus. And like if you all had rushed out to the deck and were looking over the edge at the ship, first of all, the deck would have been massive, like the size of a like galleon style ship, right? But looking over the edge, you would have seen that the clouds of the nimbus that are normally billowing out around it and are kind of like keeping it aloft would have almost taken on like they would have become like glossy and hardened looking as they continue to roil and support it, but darkened in hue to like crackling thunder clouds, and inside like dark bolts of energy like would be seen crackling back and forth, the same color that crackles in Lance's hair.
Hey, Hal.
Hello, yes, that was a most curious experience.
Oh,
Kite is like. You go first, Tibbo.
It almost felt like a dream.
Kite is gonna walk over and kind of gently like also put his hands in and try to interface with Helm. He's gonna be like, I need to know, and he's gonna try. I'm trying to think of what would be good to channel into this right now. Can he try to channel his feline agility into it, which just makes you faster?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make that concept.
We're like helping Helm verse jump, like everything everywhere all at once. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
22.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you again, like much like Lance, you see this as you kind of like imbue, or as you kind of take that stance, as you feel like the quickness of your pulse and your heart rate increase as you would when you are attempting to sprint that short distances very quickly. You channel that energy and you bring up about that state, and in doing so while gripping the sides, you feel that energy and see it begin to flow out of the tip of your brow into this large cup before you all like take a step backwards and have to brace as the ship gains immense speed very quickly.
Kite will do that for like a few minutes and see how long he can maintain it, and then he'll like very carefully pull away so that we don't stop very hard and get hit in the face.
Amazing. Go ahead and post the feline agility text.
There you go.
this could be really great news for you, Lux. I mean, we might not have to get some sort of like stealth units outfitted if you can channel something into it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I can. Yeah, if I can translate my stealth into Helm's, and I think that's a possibility.
Cal's like, can I try something?
As you say that, Cal, the end of the feline agility occurs, and Helm slams to a halt as they have to stop.
Oh no.
Or wait, no. When you use this, you can't use it again until you move 0 feet. So they get that initial burst of speed, but it seems like until they stop, you're not going to be able to do it again.
Oops.
Oops.
But you are moving fast for like a good 30 seconds or so. It's like a good little booster.
Interesting.
Helm, is this stressful?
No, in fact, it feels quite interesting. It almost makes me feel like it might be what you feel like when you interface with me.
Hmm.
All right.
That's an incredibly prescient and well-reasoned statement, Helm.
Thank you. I was told recently that I don't choose words good.
It's like that isn't. No, that isn't what I meant.
Kite, how could you?
What? You guys knew what I meant.
I can't believe you said that to him.
What?
Wow.
That was really rude.
You guys agreed with me. I just sits in a corner.
Wait, who's piloting Helm then?
I'll go get on the seat if we're gonna kind of noodle around a little bit.
Cal is going to ask if he's going to ask if Lance can just like stop the ship for a quick second so that this effect wears off so that he can try something.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cal's going to now put his hands on this machine and he's going to channel his psionic energy into it, and he's going to try Cloak of Air on Helm.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make that con save.
Sure. This is going to end so badly.
Yeah, you just get wrecked immediately.
Fucking wild.
That's fine. It'll be worth it.
Oh.
It's 12.
I love this. Yeah, so Cal, much like before, you pour your energy into it, but while the others, it kind of flowed out, kind of like a tap with low pressure, right? Kind of like just kind of like not a very good flow. Yours, the flow that comes out of the font of your brow, it is like an intense spray that occurs. It is almost like it is under pressure, as it were, and it like a high pressure water cleaner, as it was, right? Like it's like a beam of water that comes out, and it flies down into the cup, and it fills it almost immediately. And as it does so, you can see through the port display the clouds that make up the undercurrent of the ship that hold it aloft. They begin to whip up as they go from being that like kind of placid, like lovely cumulus cloud look to like a whippling tornado with the ship at the center of it.
Yes! We have shields!
Kite is still brooding in a corner.
Kite, we have shields!
It's like, that was great.
Kite, stop. Kite, get out of the corner.
No! You guys are mean!
Okay.
What?
He's just still... He's facing the wall.
Classic.
Kite, buddy. I'm sorry. Look, Kite, please, look out the window. Please.
Fine. He gets up and goes to the window.
So Helm is just like cloaked in like his own like bubble of atmosphere now.
Yeah, pretty much. It is continuously whippling around the ship like an air shield, as it were.
Wow.
And this one, because it seems to be concentration as you break off, like as the font flows out, you can feel that effect still happening as though you were concentrating on it yourself.
Wow.
I will say though, you are not under the effect of Cloak of Air currently.
Right.
Makes sense.
But Cal's eyes do go wide, and he goes, "Oh, we can do some really cool stuff."
Well, shall we head back to Respite?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Unless, Lux, you want to try something.
Yeah, could I get a moment with Helm, please?
Like, privately?
Yes.
Like, you want us to leave?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sure.
Why?
Well, it wouldn't be very private, would it? If I told you right now.
That
Yeah,
is such a good
are you
point,
being-
Lux.
But why are you being weird about it?
What do you mean weird?
You're being real weird about it.
You're making it more weird by prolonging this, Cal. Let's...
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
You are. It'll only take a second.
Yeah, Cal, just give her the space that she wants.
I guess we'll leave. Okay.
Thank you.
I don't understand why we have to leave.
You don't need to. Go.
Damn.
Kite shouts up, "Be careful!" As he's leaving.
Yeah.
As the door to the deck closes, Helm says, over speakers, how can I help you, Lux?
Can you just... Are you just talking to me, or can everybody hear this?
I'm just talking to you currently, and I do not know if there are others listening, as I do not, I mean, there... Is that okay? Above table, is anybody listening at the door? Like, is anybody? Because Helm would be able to know because he's got sight over the entire ship. So
I was about to say, you still would be able to know, so, like, no.
I don't think I'm lurking.
Yeah, I don't
Tempted,
think Kite
but I
is
don't think
either.
I'm lurking.
I think Kite is still trying to get under Cal's skin about it.
they seem to have moved away from the door, and Kite is attempting a clever ruse, it seems.
Oh.
Cal drops concentration on Windcloak, turns into mist, and now he's bothering Kite.
By turning into mist?
Yeah.
It's like a,
Oh yeah.
like
By the way, he can do that. Yeah.
his entire
I'd say-
body is a spray bottle now.
Kite's like, "What are you, a vampire? Stop it."
Here, I'll leave him posted in. There you go.
Wow.
Incredible.
So yes,
so
the
now it's kind of like,
man, that is really cool. So yes, as you drop concentration on the Cloak of Air, the tornado spins down from the sides of the vessel, and it goes back to its lazy day cloud shape.
Okay, so Lex is gonna take a seat and just take a moment and be like, "Do you want to try and remember?"
I would be interested in making the attempt. However, I'm not sure if that is possible, but we can try.
If you want to, I want to try.
I very much want to.
Okay. So Lex will put her hands on the part. And this is where I ask you for a favor, Timbo. I ask you to stretch something a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, just get a little flavory with this, because I have knowledge from a past life, which usually is used for an ability check. But It also says, that was right there. Where'd it go? Get over here. Oh, there it is. There it is. You temporarily remember glimpses of the past, perhaps faded memories when ages ago or a previous life. When you make an ability check that uses that skill, you can roll d6, blah, 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 blah. So I would like to see if we can do something with that. And I'm also willing to make an ability check for it.
Sure, I like it. I'm going to leave it up to you, though, what kind of ability check that you want to make, and that will influence the kind of information that you get.
I'll do Arcana.
Okay. Go ahead and make that ability check as you just stand there with your hands gripping the edges of this well of power, and you just attempt to pull on this knowledge. Go ahead and make that ability check, and go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh! And then I would add a d6 to that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh! That's a 24. Okay. And then a Constitution saving throw?
And then a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 13.
24 is pretty good.
Yeah.
When you consider all the numbers,
You can say, I mean,
pretty good one.
You gotta honor the 24.
Your Honor, when you look at the numbers, I mean, they speak for themselves.
Now I'm just a small town lawyer.
Now I'm just a small town country DM. So
That character.
So with the 24 Arcana, Lux, it takes a moment for this energy to be pulled from you. You're not even really sure where you're pulling it from. It's coming from that part of you that exists on that line, right, on that edge of death. And as you're pulling on it, you're not sure if it's gonna give at first, and then as you do so, you realize that it is basically like popping a cork, and it begins to flow freely after a moment. And when it does so, the other party members, the energy, like the psionic energy that had coalesced out of them, it was like light in coloration, like Lance's was like this kind of lighter blue color, Kite's was the this kind of lightish red, and Cal's was just white. It was just pure energy white. Lux, yours is almost like an inky, like Icarus black, as it bubbles out. It is almost like drinks the light as it pours into the well, and it fills it kind of slowly at first, but more rapidly as time passes until it is full to the brim. And the last drop drips onto the surface, and as it does so, it goes from like a roiling mass to still as a black mirrored surface. And you look down, and you're seeing almost like a first person perspective. It almost like looks like you're looking out the eyes of somebody else, and they're walking down a ship. It's gleaming and beautiful. This hallway seems to go on for a long time, or they walk down it many times. You're not sure. The memory is cut and interspersed with static and something else. It's something that you can't quite make out. And as you're like walking down this hallway, there is a moment where the doors open, and you find yourself on the deck of the ship, almost like that state that you just found yourself on when Lance channeled his rage into the ship, except this one is even bigger. It's like an even bigger deck than that one was, and all the consoles are glowing and gleaming, and there are, and more than that, there are people. There are over a dozen people on the deck of this ship, and they are all wearing helmets and are completely masked individuals moving to and fro from various stations. There is chatter happening in a language that you do not speak and do not understand, and you're looking around at everybody, and there is another moment of static, something else, and then it cuts back, and the deck of the ship is gone. There's nobody there, and it is in ruins. And there is this moment where you can see that the vision rumbles, and the person looks down underneath their feet, and the deck of the ship, the floor that they are standing on, rips open, and they fall, and the black ichor in the pool explodes outward, and you're able to duck back just in time as this black ichorous energy was splashing at you.
Whoa. Damn. Okay. Seeing all that, Lex is very pulled into this because she's trying to determine what is happening and make sense of it, and trying to grab all the little details as she typically does. And she, right after she dodges the stuff, she looks up and she says, "Are you okay?"
Helm is quiet for a long time. There is a long pause before Helm speaks. And they say, "I do not believe so. I might need some time to process this."
Okay. If I made things worse, I'm sorry for that.
I do not believe it would be possible for you to make things worse, Lux.
Okay. Cool. I will give you some space then, and we can talk later.
Yes, thank you for the knowledge. I have routed us on our course to Respite. It appears that it is a fairly low-risk course.
Okay. All right. She just kind of awkwardly points towards the door, she's gonna go out the door. And that's what she does. She goes out the door.